Hey, my friends, this is the Art of Prepping. Just doing this audio only video. So I apologize if you're wanting to see something on the screen. The situation I'm in right now doesn't really allow me to do a video. Outside, it's just too nasty. And inside, I'm not in the mood to be filming inside my home. So I'm just doing some audio and just answering some questions that I've been getting over the last few months about YouTube and Google AdSense. So this may be a bit helpful for people who are thinking about getting into doing their own videos. So the first question is, how much do you make by hosting ads on your videos? Well, my income varies, and I'm not going to actually talk about what I make, but I will tell you, though, that typically speaking, um, going back to the early portion of 2017, the payout rate on Google AdSense was about $1 for every 800 to 1,000 views. And I say that range because it just depends on the time of the year. Like there's not a set rate. And so just depending on what time of the year, what season it is, there's a different payout rate. Now, in the present day, though, there's been some changes. Google AdSense has kind of really ratcheted down the payout rate, and so it's not as good anymore. It takes on average between 1,500 to 2,000 views to make $1. Once again, 1,500 to 2,000 views just to make $1. So not too easy. So people are not getting rich off of this unless they have millions of hits. If you're getting millions and millions of views, you might be doing okay. But for the average person, this may not even qualify as a part-time job, Like just for me personally, I make just enough to pay my electric bill and maybe groceries for a week. And that's about it, for real. So, of course, that's just with Google AdSense. I have other streams of income that involves internet type of activities, but we're just talking about the questions you had about YouTube and Google AdSense. The second question I have is, have you been censored or demonetized? Absolutely. And I mean, I constantly get, I would call it harassment, but they say that they're just enforcing community policies, but it's very loosely defined on what the policies are. And they interpret it to whatever is to their liking. And so just recently, like the videos talking about the threat from North Korea and Trump and, talking about supporting President Trump and the military and having a level head about all this and talking about radiation, those videos got demonetized almost immediately. So have I been censored? Well, I have had a few videos that were deleted without me knowing about it until later. Just like, my demonetized videos, sometimes I don't even ever get an email saying that they did that. And most of the time, in fact, I don't get notified when they demonetize me. They just do it. So it does happen. Number 3, what triggers a video to be demonetized? Well, from my experience, if you're talking about politics, religion, gender, or race equality, firearms, war, any type of really deep conspiracy, watch out because it could really trigger the censor there, and it can demonetize you. So it's kind of loose, but that's just kind of that's what you get. Number 4, is it worth making videos? That's for you to decide, but it depends on your motivation of what you're trying to achieve. And for me, it's to meet like-minded people, to share information. And lastly is to actually learn from other people and get information that I didn't even know that I was even seeking. So it's like there's been some surprises since I've been making videos that other people have pointed toward solutions that I didn't even know existed. So it's like different types of learning there and meeting people that you really understand and you feel like that you have something in common. And this is very meaningful to me, and I know a lot of people do this just for the social part of it. Of course, there's also, the option that you can make a little bit of money, so that doesn't hurt either. But once again, the money part is so minimum, it's like a joke. Lastly, number 5 is, how long does it take to build up an audience? Well, once again, it just depends on how well versed you are with social media, how good you are in getting your videos out there, the topics that you pick, how well that you can verbalize what you're trying to speak of, how much of a mastery of the subject that you are speaking of as well. If you're just getting on here and you're just bullshitting about everything and people can see through that, you're not going to probably do very well. But if you have your facts and you're confident and you're well spoken, you're going to really be able to communicate and connect with people. And so just from what I've been able to see, it takes about a year and a half to 2 years to really settle in. At least for the people that I know, that's about as long as it took them to really start to really get settled. After that, they start building real fast. They grow, grow, grow. And so I honestly think, though, that if you can just weather the first 2 years, I'm going on like 15 months now, and I got about, a couple thousand viewers that subscribed. And then I have like a lot more viewers that don't subscribe. So maybe down the road they will subscribe. But overall, it's just a numbers game. And the only reason I concern myself with how many people are watching is to use it as a gauge to see what type of value that I'm giving to other people. If no one's watching my channel, then I must not be connecting with a lot of people. And on the flip side, if you have monetized your videos, then you're not going to make as much either if you don't have an audience. So there's multiple incentives to kind of pay attention to your numbers, to your stats. And so those are the 5 questions that I have today that you brought to me. I want to thank everyone for asking questions. Thank you for supporting the channel. If you have further questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section or to email me at theartofprepping@hotmail.com. Be safe, be well. Catch you later.